Hello and welcome to the premiere of the Robbinsville High School Raven Players production of William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. 2020 has undoubtedly been a difficult and stressful year for everyone, especially the arts industry due to gathering restrictions and lockdowns.
As a result, actors, directors, set designers, costume designers, lighting designers, and so many other people in the industry are now facing financial problems. That is why we're asking for your help. In lieu of asking for ticket prices this year, we are asking you to please consider donating to A-Step, Artists Striving to End Poverty, the Actors Fund, and/or the Trevor Project.
For those of you not familiar with these organizations, A-Step is committed to assisting those in the arts industry impacted by COVID-19 and working with artists to bring performing and visual arts to underserved communities in America. The Actors Fund is committed to aiding artists facing financial hardships, especially during this pandemic. And the Trevor Project is focused on suicide prevention among the LGBTQIA+ youth and providing resources to those individuals in need of assistance.
We'd like to thank you for your generosity in helping these organizations achieve their missions and for supporting the arts in Robbinsville. Now, sit back and enjoy Robbinsville High School Raven Players' production of Romeo and Juliet.
Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean.
From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife.
The fearful passage of their death-marked love and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage, the which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toils shall strive to mend.
Of the house of Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runnest away.
A dog of the house shall move me to stand. I will take the wall of any men are made of Montagues.
Draw thy tool. Here comes to the house of Montagues.
My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law of our side if I say I?
No.
No, sir. I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
But if you do, sir, I am for you. I serve as good a lady as you.
No better.
Well, sir.
Say better. Here comes one of my master's kinsmen.
Better, sir.
You lie.
Draw if you be men.
Heartfuls, put up your swords. You know not what you do.
What? Art thou drawn amongst these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio, look upon thy death. What, drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word as I hate hell, all Montagues in thee. Have at thee, coward.
What noise is this? Give me my long sword. Ho!
Thou villain Capulet, hold me not, let me go!
Thou shalt not stir 1 foot to seek a foe.
Rebellious subjects, enemies to peace, profaners of thy neighbor's stained steel. Throw your mistempered weapons to the ground and hear the word of your moved prince. 3 brawls bred of an airy word by thee, old Capulet Montague, have thrice disturbed the peace of our streets. If you ever disturb the peace of our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of peace. On pain of death, all men depart.
Who said that the ancient quarrel knew approach? Speak, niece, were you by when it began?
I drew to part them. In the instant came the fiery Tybalt with her sword prepared. which as she breathed defiance to my ears, she swung about her head and cut the winds, who nothing heard with awe, hissed her in scorn.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you her today? Very glad I am she was not at this fray.
Madam, an hour before the worship's sun peered forth the golden window of the east. A troubled mind drove me to walk abroad. So early walking did I see your child. Towards her I made, but she was aware of me, and stolen to the covert of the wood.
Many mornings has she there been seen, with tears augmenting the first morning's dew, adding to clouds more clouds with her deep sighs.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it, nor can learn of her.
See where she comes. Now please you step aside. I'll know her grievance or be much denied.
Come, madam, let's away.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
But new struck 9.
Ay me. That hour seemed long. Was that my father that went hence so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hour?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out.
Of love?
Out of her favor where I am in love.
Alas, that love so gentle in his view should be so tyrannous and rough in proof.
That love, whose view is muffled still, should without eye see pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? Oh me! What fray was here? Yet tell me not, for I have heard it all. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Oh, brawling love! Oh, loving hate! Oh, anything of nothing first create! This love feel I that feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh?
No cause, I rather weep.
Good heart at what?
Hath thy good heart's oppression?
Why, such is love's transgression. Farewell, my coz.
Soft, I will go along, and if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
Thought I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. She is some other where.
Tell me in sadness. Who is it that you love?
What, shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan? Why, no, but sadly tell me who.
In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I am so near, and I supposed you loved.
A right good markman. And she's fair, I love.
A right fair mark fair causes soonest hit.
Well, in that hit you miss. She will not be hit with Cupid's arrow. She hath Dian's wit. She will not stay the siege of loving terms, nor bide the encounter of assailing eyes, nor ope her lap to saint-seducing gold. Oh, she is rich in beauty, only poor that when she dies, with beauty dies her store.
Then she has sworn she will still live chaste?
She hath, and in that sparing makes huge weight.
Be ruled by me, forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other beauties.
Show me a mistress that is passing fair. What doth her beauty serve but as a note where I may read who passed that passing fair? Farewell. Thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine, or else.
But now, my lady, what say you to my suit?
But saying o'er what I have said before, my child is yet a stranger in the world. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think her ripe to be a bride.
Younger than she, our happy mother's maid.
And too soon marred are those so early made. But woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part, and she agreed within her scope of choice, lies my consent and fair according voice. Tonight I hold an old customed feast, whereto I have invited many a guest such as I love, and you among the store, one more, most welcome, makes my number more. Go, sirrah, trudge about through fair Verona, and find those persons out whose names are written there, and to them say my house and welcome on their pleasure stay. Come, go with me.
I am sent to find those persons whose names are here writ, and can never find what names the written person hath here writ. I must to the learned, in good time.
Why, Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but bound more than a madman is. Shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented, and... Good Ian, good fellow.
God ye, good on. I pray, sir, can you read?
Aye, if I know the letters in the language.
You say honestly? Rest to Mary.
Stay, fellow. I can read. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters,
Viscounty Anselm and his beauteous sisters, the lady widow of Vitruvio, Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio and his brother Valentine, mine uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosalind and Livia, Signor Valentino and his cousin Tybalt, Lucio and the lively Helena. A fair assembly. Whither should they come?
Up.
Whither? To supper?
To our house.
Whose house?
My master's.
Indeed, I should have asked thee that before.
Now I'll tell you without asking. My master is the great rich Capulet, and if you be not of the house of Montagues, I pray, come and crush a cup of wine. Rest you merry.
At the same ancient feast of Capulet sups the fair Rosalind, whom thou so loves, with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither with unattainted eye, compare her face to some that I shall show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
One fairer than my love? The all-seeing sun ne'er saw her match since first the world begun.
Tut, you saw her fair, none else being by. But in that crystal scales let there be weighed your lady's love against some other maid, that I shall show you shining at this feast, and she shall scant show that now seems best.
I'll go along, no such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me. By my maidenhead at 12-year-old, I bid her come. What lamb? What ladybird? God forbid, where's this girl? What Juliet?
How now? Who calls?
Mother?
Madam, I am here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered you. Thou hearest our counsel. Thou wast the prettiest babe that e'er I nursed, and I might live to see thee married once I have my wish. Where that Mary is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor that I dream not of.
Marriage now. Ladies of esteem, younger than you, here in Verona, are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these days that you are now a maid. Thus then in brief, the valiant Paris seeks for his love. A man, young lady. Lady, such a man. Verona summer hath not such a flower. Nay, he's a flower in faith, a very flower. This night we shall behold him at our feet. Read o'er the volume of young Paris' face and find delight with there with his pen. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, to beautify him only lacks a cover. Speak briefly. Can you like a Paris' love? I'll look to like if looking like me. But no more deep will I dark my eye than your consent constrained to make it fall.
Madam, the guests are come, supper served up. You called. My young lady asked for the nurse purse in the pantry and everything in extremity. I must hence away. I beseech you, follow.
Who followed you? Juliet? The countess stays. Go, girl. Happy nights to happy days.
I am not for this ambling.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground I cannot move.
You are a lover. Bar Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
I am too sore and pierced with his shaft to soar with his light feathers, and so bound under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it, you should burden love. Too great oppression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down.
Come, knock and enter, and no sooner in, but every man betake him to his legs.
And we mean well in going to this mask, but 'tis no wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamt a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Well, what was yours?
The dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep while they do dream things true.
Oh, Then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomy over men's noses as they lie asleep. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut, her wagon spokes made of long spinner's legs. Her whip of cricket's bone, the lash of film, her wagoner a small gray-coated gnat, not half so big as a round little worm pricked from the lazy finger of a maid. And in this state she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. Or a lady's lips who kisses on dream, which offs the angry Mab blisters, plagues, because their breaths with sweetmeats tainted are. Sometimes she driveth over a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats. This is the hag who, when maids lie on their backs, that presses them and learns them curse to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she
Peace, Mercutio, peace. Thou talkest of nothing.
True. I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, and more inconstant than the wind who woos even now the frozen bosom of the north.
This wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early, for my mind misgives some consequence yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin his fearful date with this night's revels, and expire the term of a despised life, enclosed in my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death. She that hath the steerage of my course direct my sail. On, lusty ladies.
Strike drum!
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays.
Dares the slave come hither covered with an antic face to fleer and scorn at our solemnity? Now by the stock and honor of my kin, to strike her dead I hold it not a sin.
Why, how now, kinswoman? Wherefore storm you so?
Auntie, this is a Montague. our foe, a villain that is hither come in spite to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis she, that villain, Romeo.
Content thee, gentle coz. Let her alone. She bears her like a portly gentlewoman, therefore be patient. Take no note of her.
It fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure her.
She shall be endured. What, Goodman girl? I say she shall. Go to. Am I the master here or you? Go to.
Why, auntie, 'tis a shame.
Go to, go to. You are a saucy girl, it's so indeed. You are a prince cox. Go, I'll make you quiet.
I will withdraw, but this evening now, seeming sweet, shall convert to bitterest gall.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle sin is this. My lips, two blushing pilgrims ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips, and holy palmers too?
Aye, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray. Grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, they'll grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not, while my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips by thine my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from my lips? Oh, trespass sweetly urged, give me my sin again.
You kiss by the book.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
Can I go forward when my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find thy center out.
Romeo, my cousin Romeo, Romeo! She is wise, and on my life hath stolen her home to bed. She ran this way and leapt the orchard wall. Call, good Mercutio. Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo, humors, madwoman, passion, lover! I conjure thee by Riselin's bright eyes, by her high forehead, her scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh, and the demesnes that there adjacent lie, and that in thy likeliness thou appear to us. Come, she hath hid herself amongst these trees to be consorted in the humorous night. Blind is her love, and best befits the dark. If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Come, shall we go? Go then, 'tis in vain to seek her here that means not to be found.
she jests at scars that never felt a wound. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. It is my lady, oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek. Ay me. She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night, being o'er my head as is a winged messenger of heaven. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this? 'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor leg, nor any other part belonging to a woman. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were she not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which she owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself. I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo. What woman art thou that thus bescreened in night so stumblest on my counsel? By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. My ears have yet not drunk 100 words of thy tongue's uttering, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo, and a Montague? Neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike. How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here. With love's light wings did I o'erperch these walls. He lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, yet wert thou as far as that vast shore washed with the farthest sea, I should adventure for such merchandise. Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou mayst prove false. At lovers' perjuries, they say, Jove laughs. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I vow— Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable. What shall I swear by? Do not swear at all. Or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee. If my heart's dear love— Well, do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning, which doth cease to be ere one can say it lightens. Sweet, good night. This bud of love, by summer's ripening breath, may prove to be a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night, good night. As sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast. Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied? What satisfaction canst thou have tonight? The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine. I did give thee mine before thou didst request it. I hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu. Anon, good nurse. Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little. I will come again. Oh, blessed, blessed night. I am afeard, being a knight, all this is but a dream. 3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow, by one I'll procure to come to thee, and all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lady, throughout the world.
Madam.
By and by I come. But if thou meanest not well, I do beseech thee.
Madam.
I come anon, to cease thy strife and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I set. So thrive my soul. 1,000 times good night. 1,000 times the worse to want thy light. Love goes toward love, as schoolgirls from their books, but love from love toward school with heavy looks. Romeo, what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee? By the hour of 9. I will not fail. 'Tis 20 year till then. I have forgot why I did call thee back. Let me stand here till thou remember it. 'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone. Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow. Sleep dwell upon thine eyes. peace in thy breast. Would I were sleep and peace so sweet to rest. Hence will I go to my ghostly sister's close cell, her help to crave and my dear hap to tell. Good morrow, sister.
Benedicite, what early tongue so sweet salute me? Young one, it offers a distempered head so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Thou art of course with some distemperature, or if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
That last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin. Was thou with Rosalind?
With Rosalind, my ghostly sister, no. I have forgot that name, and that name's woe.
That's good, young one. But where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee ere thou ask it me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy, where on a sudden one hath wounded me that's by me wounded. Both our remedies within thy help and holy physic lies.
Be plain, my child, and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds but riddling shrift.
Then plainly know, my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine. When and where and how we met, we wooed and made exchange of vow, I'll tell thee as we pass. This I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis, what a change is this! Is Rosalind, that thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young maids' love then lies not in their heart, but in their eyes.
Thou chidest me oft for loving Rosalind.
For doting, not for loving people mine.
And badest me bury love.
Not in a grave to lay one in, another out to have.
I pray thee, chide me not. Her I love doth grace for grace, and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well thy love did read by rote, that could not spell. But come, young waverer, come, go with me. In one respect I'll thy assistant be, for this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor into pure love.
Oh, let us hence. I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came she not home tonight?
Not to her father's. I spoke with her man.
Why, that same pale, hard-hearted wench, that Rosalind, torments her, that so she shall run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman of old Capulet, hath sent a letter to her house.
A challenge? On my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Alas, poor Romeo, she is already dead. Run through her ear a love song, with the pin of her heart cleft, with the blind bow boy's butt shaft. And is she a woman to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is Tybalt?
More than princess of cats. She's the courageous captain of compliments. She fights as you sing prick song, keeps time, distance, and proportions. The immortal passado, the punto reverso, the hey!
The what?
The pucks of such antics, lisping, affecting fantasticos. These new tuners of accents.
Here comes Romeo! Here comes Romeo!
Signora Romeo, bonjour! You gave us the counterfeit last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, ma'am. The slip can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio. My business was great, and in such a case as mine, a woman may strain courtesy.
That's as much as to say a case such as yours constrains a woman to bow in the hands.
Meaning to curtsy.
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Here's goodly gear.
Peter.
Anon.
My fan, Peter.
Good Peter, to hide her face for her fans, the fairer face.
God you good morrow, gentlewoman.
God you good Ian, fair gentlewoman.
Is it good Ian?
'Tis no less, I tell you. For the body hand of the dial is upon the prick of noon.
Out upon you. Gentlewoman, can any of you tell me where I might find the young Romeo? I can tell you, but young Romeo will be older when you have found her than she was when you sought her. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
If you be she, ma'am, I desire some confidence with you.
She will indict her to some supper.
Abad, so-ho! Romeo, will you come to your father's? Well, to dinner thither. I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady.
Farewell, lady. I pray you, ma'am, who is the saucy merchant that was so full of her ropery? A gentlewoman, lady, who loves to hear herself talk, and will speak more in a minute than she will stand to in a month. If you speak anything against me, I'll take her down. Thou must stand by too and suffer every knave to use me at her pleasure.
I saw no lady use you at your pleasure. If I had, my weapon should quickly have been out.
Now, afore God, I am so vexed that every part about me quivers. Scurvy knave! I pray you, ma'am, a word. Oh, as I said, my young lady bid me inquire you out. What she bid me say, I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell you, if you should deal double with her, truly it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and very weak dealing. Nurse, commend me to thy lady and mistress. I protest unto thee, good heart, and I faith I will tell her as much. Lord, she will be a joyful woman. Bid her devise some means to come to shrift this afternoon, and there she shall at Sister Lawrence's cell be shrived and married. Here is for thy pains, I pray you, ma'am, not a penny. Go to, I say you shall. This afternoon, she shall be there. Farewell. Commend me to thy mistress. Aye, 1,000 times.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet her? That's not so. Oh, she is lame. Had she affections and warm youthful blood, be in swift in motion as a ball. My words would guide her to my sweet love and Romeo's to me. But old folks, many faint as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy as lead. Oh God, she comes. Oh, honey nurse, what news? Hast thou met with her? Send thy man away. Peter, stay at the gate. Now, good sweet nurse. Oh Lord, why lookest thou sad? Though news be sad, yet tell them merrily. I'm weary. Can you leave a while? Aye, how my bones ache. It's gone to thy. I would thou hadst my bones, and I thy news. Nay, come, I pray thee, speak. Good nurse, speak. Jesu, what haste? Can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I'm out of breath? How art thou out of breath, when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad? Lord, how my head aches. What a head have I! Beats as though it would break in 20 pieces. My back. The other side. Back. Shrew your heart for sending me about, to catch my death with jaunting up and down. Own faith, I am sorry that thou art not well. Sweet, sweet, sweet nurse, tell me, what says my love? Your love says, like an honest gentlewoman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a pretty, and, I warrant, a virtuous. Where's your mother? Where's my mother? She is within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says, like an honest gentlewoman, where is your mother? God's lady dear, henceforward do your messages yourself. You're such a coil! Come, what says Romeo? Have you got leave to go to church today? I have. Then hie you hence to Sister Lawrence's cell. There stays a lady to make you a wife. Hie you to church. I must no other way. But a ladder by the which your love must climb the bird's nest soon when it is dark. I am the drudge to toil in your delight, but you shall bear the burden soon at night. Go, out to dinner. Hie yourself. Hie to high fortune. Honest nurse, farewell.
So smile the heavens upon the Toliac, that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Do thou but close our hands with holy words, then love devouring death do what he dare. It is enough I may but call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die, like fire and powder which as they kiss consume. Therefore love moderately, long love doth so. Too swift arrives as tardy as too slow. Here comes the lady.
Good even to my ghostly confessor.
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
Juliet, if the measure of thy joy be heaped like mine, then sweeten with thy breath this neighbor air, and let rich music's tongue unfold the imagined happiness that both receive in either by this dear encounter.
But my true love is grown to such excess, I cannot sum up some of half my wealth.
Come with me, and we will make short work, for by your leaves, you shall not stay alone till Holy Church and corporate 2 in 1.
I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, the capital's abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape a brawl.
Thou art like one of these fellows that, when she enters the confines of tavern, claps me her sword upon the table and says, God send me no need of thee, and by the operation of the second cup, draws her upon the drawer when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Thou wilt quarrel with a man that hath a hair more or hair less on his beard than thou hast, and yet thou wilt tutor me from quarreling.
And I were so apt to quarrel as thou art, any man should buy the fee simple of my life for an hour and a quarter.
The fee simple? Oh, simple.
By my head, here comes the Capulet.
By my heel, I care not.
Gentlewomen, good evening. A word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us. Couple it with something. Make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you will give me occasion.
Could you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consortst with Romeo.
Consort? What? Dost thou make us minstrels? And thou make minstrels of us look to hear nothing but discords. Here's my fiddlestick. Here's that shall make you dance, zounds consort.
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw into some private place, or reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not back for no man's pleasure eye.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my lady. Romeo, the love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Villain am I none, therefore farewell. I see thou knowest me not.
Girl, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me, therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise till thou shalt know the reason of my love. And so, good Capulet, whose name I tender as dearly as mine own, be satisfied.
Oh, calm, dishonorable, vile submission. Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Oh, good queen of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives. Will you pluck your sword from Miss Pilcher by the ears?
I am for you.
Good Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Come, sir, your passado.
Stop!
I am hurt. A plague of both your houses, I am sped. Is she gone and hath nothing?
Why art thou hurt?
I scratch, a scratch. Mary, 'tis enough. Fetch a surgeon.
Courage, woman, the hurt cannot be much.
No, 'tis not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. 'Twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave woman. I am peppered, I warrant, for this world. A plague of both your houses. Why the devil came you between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Help me into some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. A plague of both your houses. They have made worms meat of me. I have it, and soundly too. Your houses.
This lady hath got this mortal hurt in my behalf. O sweet Juliet, thy beauty hath made me effeminate, and in my temper softened valor's steel.
Oh, Romeo, brave Mercutio is dead!
This day's black fate on more days doth depend. This but begins the woe others must end.
Here comes the fiery Tybalt back again.
Alive in triumph and Mercutio slain, away to heaven, respective lenity and fire, I fury be my conduct now. Now, Tybalt, take the villain back again that late thou gavest me. For Mercutio's soul is but a little ways above our heads, staying for thine to keep her company.
Either thou, or I, or both must go with her.
Thy wretched girl that consorts her here shall with her hence.
This shall determine that.
Romeo, away, be gone! The citizens are up and Tybalt slain. Stand not amazed. The prince will doom thee death if thou art taken. Hence, be gone, away!
Oh, I am fortune's fool.
Tybalt! My cousin! Oh, my brother's child! Oh, prince! Oh, cousin! Wife! Oh, the blood is spilled of my dear kin. Prince!
As thou art true, for blood of ours shed blood of Montague.
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt here slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay. An envious thrust from Tybalt hit the life of stout Mercutio, and then Tybalt fled. But by and by comes back to Romeo. And to they go like lightning. Ere I could draw the part them, was stout Tybalt slain. And as she fell, did Romeo turn and fly. This is the truth, or let Benvolio die!
She is akin to the Montague. Affection makes her false, she speaks not true. I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must serve. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
She slew her, she slew Mercutio. Now who the price of her dear blood doth owe? And for that offense immediately do we exile her hence. I will be deaf to pleading excuses, nor prayers nor tears shall purchase that abuses. Therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, for the hour that we find her is her last. Bear hence these bodies and attend our will. Mercy but murder is pardoning those that kill.
Come, gentle knight. Come, loving black-browed knight. Give me my Romeo. And when I shall die, take her and cut her into little stars. And she will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night, and pay no worship to the garish sun. Now, nurse, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
Oh, where a day, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead. We are undone, lady, we are undone. Alack, the day, she's gone, she's killed, she's dead.
Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can, though heaven cannot. Romeo, Romeo, whoever would have thought it, Romeo.
What devil art thou that dost torment me thus? Hath Romeo slain herself? Say thou but I. If she be slain, say I, or if not, no. Brief sounds determine my weal or woe.
I saw the wound, I saw it with mine eyes. Tybalt, the best friend I had that ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered, and is Tybalt dead? My dearest cousin and my dear lady.
Tybalt is gone, and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed her, she is banished.
Oh God, did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did, alas the day it did.
Oh, serpent heart hid with a flowering face! Did ever dragon keep so fair a cave? Beautiful tyrant, fiend angelical, dove-feathered raven, wolfish ravening lamb!
These griefs, these woes, these sorrows make me old. Shame come to Romeo.
Blistered be thy tongue for such a wish. She was not born to shame. Upon her brow shame is a shame to sit. Oh, what a beast I was to chide at her.
Will you speak well of her that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill of her that is my wife? Ah, poor my maid, what tongue shall smooth thy name when I, thy 3 hours wife, have mangled it? My partner lives, that Tybalt would have slain, and Tybalt's dead that would have slain my wife. All this is comfort. Wherefore weep I then? Where is my father and my mother, nurse?
Weeping and wailing over Tybalt's corse. Will you go to them? I'll bring you thither.
Wash they her wounds with tears? Mine shall be spent when theirs are dry for Romeo's banishment. Death not Romeo, take my maidenhead!
Hie you to your chamber, I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where she is.
Oh, find her. Give this ring to my true knight, and bid her come to take her last farewell.
Romeo, come forth, thou fearful lady. Affliction is enamored of thy part, and thou art wedded to calamity.
What news?
Tidings of the prince's doom.
What less than doomsday is the prince's doom?
A gentler judgment vanished from his lips. Not body's death, but body's banishment.
Banishment? Be merciful. Say death.
Here from Verona art thou banished. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Verona walls, but purgatory, torture, hell itself. Hence banished is banished from the world.
Deadly sin, O rude unthankfulness. This is dear mercy, and thou seest it not.
Torture and not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing, may live here in heaven and may look upon her. But Romeo may not. She is banished.
O fond mad girl, hear me a little speak.
Thou wilt speak again of banishment.
I'll give thee armor to keep off that word, adversity sweet milk, philosophy to comfort thee, though thou art banished.
Yet banished. Hang up philosophy.
Then I hear madmen have no ears.
How should they when that wise men have no eyes?
Let me dispute with thee of thy estate.
Oh, thou canst not speak of what thou dost not feel. Wert thou as young as I, Juliet thy love, an hour but married, Tybalt murdered, doting like me, and like me banished, then mightst thou speak. Then mightst thou tear thy hair and fall upon the ground as I do now, taking the measure of an unmade grave.
Arise, one comes. Good Romeo, hide thyself. Thou wilt be taken. Stand up, stay a while. Whence come you? What's your will?
Let me approach, and you shall know my errand. I come from Lady Juliet.
Welcome, then.
Holy sister, tell me, holy sister, where is my lady's wife? Where's Romeo?
On the ground with her own tears made drunk.
Oh, she is even in my mistress's case. Piteous predicament. Even so lies she, blubbering and weeping and blubbering. Stand up. Stand up. Stand and you be a woman. For Juliet's sake, for her sake, rise and stand. Speakest thou of Juliet? How is it with her? Doth not she think me an old murderer? Where is she, and how doth she? And what says my concealed lady to our cancelled love? She says nothing, but weeps and weeps, and now falls on her bed, and then starts up, and Tybalt calls, and then on Romeo cries, and down falls again. As if that name, shot from the deadly level of a gun, did murder her, as that name's cursed hand murder her kinsman.
Hold thy desperate hand. Art thou a woman? Thy form cries out thou art. Thy tears are childish. Thy wild acts denote the unreasonable fury of a beast. What aroused thee, woman? Thy Juliet is alive, for whose sake thou wast but lately dead. There art thou happy. Go and get you to your love as was decreed. Ascend her chamber hence and comfort her. But look that thou not stay till the watch be set, or thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live till we can find a time to blaze thy marriage, reconcile thy friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back with 1,000 times more joy as thou whence came forth in lamentation.
Here, ma'am, a ring she bade me give you. Hie you. Make haste, for it grows very late. How well my comfort is revived by this.
Either be gone before the watch be said, or by the break of day, disguised from hence. 'Tis late. Farewell. Good night.
Joy past joy calls out on me. It were a grief so brief to part with thee. Farewell.
Things have fallen out so unluckily that we have had no time to move our daughter. Look, she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly, and so did I. Well, we were born to die. 'Tis very late. She'll not come down tonight.
These times of woe afford no times to woo. Madam, good night. Commend me to your daughter.
I will, and know her mind early tomorrow.
Wife, go you to her ere you go to bed, acquaint her here of my son, Paris's love, and bid her mark you me on Wednesday next. But soft, what day is it?
Monday, my lord.
Monday. Well, Wednesday is too soon. Oh, Thursday, let it be. Oh, Thursday, tell her she shall be married to this noble earl. Will you be ready? Do you like this haste?
My lady, I were that Thursday were tomorrow.
Oh, Thursday be it then. Prepare her wife against this wedding day. Farewell, my lord.
Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale, and not the lark, that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn, no nightingale. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight, I know it I. It is some meteor that the sun exhaled, to be to thee this night a torchbearer, and light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay yet, thou needest not to be gone.
Let me be taken. Let me be put to death. I am content, so thou wilt have it so. I'll say yon grey is not the morning's eye. 'Tis but the pale reflex of Cynthia's brow. Nor that is not the lark whose notes do beat the vaulty heaven so high above our heads. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome. Juliet wills it so. How is it, my soul? Let's talk. It is not day.
It is. Hie hence, be gone away. It is the lark that sings so out of tune, straining harsh discords and unpleasing sharps. Some say the lark makes sweet division. This doth not so, for she divideth us. Oh, now be gone. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes. Madam?
Nurse?
Your lady mother is coming. The day is broke. Be wary. Look about.
Then let day in, and let life out.
Farewell. Farewell.
Oh, thinkest thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not. And all these woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our times to come.
Oh God, I have an ill-divining soul. Methinks I see thee as one dead in the bottom of a tomb. Either my eyesight fails, or thou lookest pale.
And trust me, love, in my eye so do you. Dry sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu, adieu.
Be fickle, fortune, for then I hope thou wilt not keep her long, but send her back.
Ho, daughter?
Who is it that calls? It is my lady mother?
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? What, wilt thou wash her from her grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make her live. Therefore have done.
Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss.
Well, girl, thou weeps not so much for her death as that the villain lives which slaughtered her.
What villain, madam?
That same villain, Romeo.
Villain and she be many miles asunder. God pardon her, I do with all my heart. And yet no lady like she doth grieve my heart.
That is because the traitor murderer lives.
Ay, madam, from the reach of these my hands, would none but I might venge my cousin's death.
We will have vengeance for it, fear thou not.
Indeed, I never shall be satisfied with Romeo till I behold her dead. Madam, if you could find out but a man to bear a poison, I would temper it, that Romeo should, upon receipt thereof, soon sleep in quiet.
Find thou the means, and I'll find such a man. But now I tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well in such a needy time. What are they, beseech your ladyship?
Well, thou hast a careful mother, child, one who, to put thee from thy heaviness, had sorted out a sudden day of joy, that thou expects not, nor I look not for.
Madam, in happy time, what day is that?
Marry, my child, early next Thursday morn, the gallant, young, and noble gentleman, the County Paris, at St. Peter's Church, shall happily make thee there a joyful bride.
No, by St. Peter's Church and Peter, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I pray you tell my lady mother, madam, I will not marry yet. And when I do, it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate rather than Paris. These are news indeed.
Here comes your mother now. Tell her so yourself and see how she will take it at your hands.
How now, a conduit girl? What, still in tears? Evermore showering? How now, wife, have you delivered to her our decree?
Aye, ma'am, but she will none. She gives you thanks. I would the fool were married to her grave.
But soft, take me with you. Take me with you, wife. How will she none? Doth she not give us thanks? Is she not proud? Doth she not count her blessed, unworthy as she is, that we have wrought so worthy a gentleman to be her bride?
Not proud you have, but thankful you have. Proud can I never be of what I hate, but thankful even for hate that is meant love.
How? Chopped logic! What is this? Proud, and I thank you not, and yet not proud? Mistress, minion you! Thank me no thankings, nor proud me no prouds, but fettle your fine joints against Thursday next to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither! Out, you green sickness carrion out! You baggage! You tallow face!
Fie, what are you, mad?
Good mother, I beseech you on my knees. Hear me, but patience, but to speak a word.
Hang thee, young baggage, disobedient wretch! I tell thee what, get thee to church o' Thursday, or never after look me in the face. Speak not, reply not, do not answer me. My fingers itch.
You are to blame, my lady, to rate her so.
Oh, peace, you mumbling fool!
You are too hot.
God's bread, it makes me mad. Day, night, hour, time, work, play, alone in company still, my care hath been to have her matched, and now, having provided a gentleman of noble parentage, and then to have a wretched puling fool to answer, I'll not wed, I cannot love, I am too young, I pray you pardon me. But an you will not wed, I'll pardon you. Graze where you will, you shall not house with me. An you be mine, I'll give you to my friend. An you be not, hang, beg, starve, die in the streets. Trust to it. Bethink you, I'll not be forsworn.
Oh, sweet my mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week.
Do as thou wilt, for I'll not speak a word.
Oh God, oh nurse, how shall this be prevented? What sayest thou? Hast thou not a word of joy? Some comfort, nurse.
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished. Then since the case so stands as now it doth, I think it best you married with the county. Oh, he's a lovely gentleman. Romeo's a dish-clout to him. Assure my very heart, I think you are happy in the second match, for it excels your first. Or if it did not, your first is dead. Or 'twere as good she were as living here and you no use of her.
Speakest thou from thy heart?
And from my soul too, else beshrew them both.
Amen.
What?
Well, thou hast comforted me marvelous much. Go in and tell my lady I have gone, having displeased my mother, to Lawrence's cell, to make confession and to be absolved.
Marry I will, and this is wisely done.
Ancient damnation, O most wicked fiend! Go, counselor. Thou and my bosom henceforth shall be twain. I'll go to the sister to know her remedy. If all else fail, myself have power to die.
On Thursday, sir. The time is very short.
My mistress Capulet will have it so, and I am nothing slow to slacken haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind. Uneven is this course, I like it not.
Immoderately, she weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore I have little talk of love, for Venus smiles not in a house of tears.
Look, sir, here comes a lady toward my cell.
Happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be, sir, when I may be a wife.
That may be, must be, love, on Thursday next.
What must be shall be.
That's certain text.
Come you to make confession to this sister?
Are you at leisure, holy sister, now, or shall I come to you at evening mass?
My leisure serves me, pensive daughter, now. My lord, we must entreat the time alone.
God shield I should disturb devotion. Juliet, on Thursday early will I rouse you. Till then, adieu, and keep this holy kiss.
Oh, shut the door, and when thou hast done so, come weep with me. Past hope, past care, past help.
Juliet, I already know thy grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it, on Thursday next be married to this county.
Tell me not, sister, that thou hearest of this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it.
give me some present counsel, or behold, twixt my extremes and me this bloody knife shall play the umpire. I long to die, if what thou speakest speak not of remedy.
Old daughter, I do spy a kind of hope. If rather than to marry County Paris thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then it is likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away the sorrow. And if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy.
Oh, bid me leap rather than marry Paris from off the battlements of any tower, or bid me go into a new-made grave, and I will do it without fear or doubt to live an unstained wife to my sweet love.
Hold then, be merry, give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night look that thou lie alone. Take thou this vial, being then in bed, and this distilling liquor drink thou off, when presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humor, for no pulse, no warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. Each part deprived of supple government shall stiff and stark and cold appear like death, and in this barred likeness of shrunk death thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake as from a pleasant sleep. Now when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. And as the manner of our country is, in thy best robes and covered on the bier, thou shalt be borne to that same ancient vault, where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall she come, and she and I will watch thy waking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua.
Give me, oh tell me not of fear.
Hold, get you gone. Be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a friar with speed to Mantua with my letters to thy lady.
Love, give me strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear sister.
So many guests invite us here, Writ. What, is my daughter gone to Sister Lawrence?
Aye, forsooth.
Well, she may chance to do some good on her. Peevish, self-willed harlotry it is. How now, my headstrong? Where have you been gadding?
Where I have learned me to repent the sin of disobedient opposition, and beg your pardon. Pardon, I do beseech you. Henceforward I am ever ruled by you.
Send for the county. Go tell him of this. I'll have this knot knit up tomorrow morning.
Nurse, will you go with me into my closet to help me sort such needful ornaments as you see fit to furnish me tomorrow?
No, not till Thursday. There is time enough.
Go, nurse, go with her. We'll to church tomorrow. And all things shall be well, I warrant thee, wife. Go thou to Juliet. Help to deck her. I'll not to bed tonight. Let me alone. My heart is wondrous light.
Aye, those attires are best. But gentle nurse, I pray thee leave me to myself tonight.
What, are you busy? Ho, need you my help?
So please you, let me now be left alone, and let the nurse this night sit up with you, for I am sure you have your hands full all in this so sudden business.
Good night. Get thee to bed and rest, for thou hast need.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. Come, vial. What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I then be married tomorrow morning? No, no. This shall forbid it. Lie thou there. What if it be a poison which the sister subtly hath ministered to have me dead, lest in this marriage she should be dishonored because she married me before to Romeo? How if, when I am laid into the tomb, I wake before the time that Romeo come to redeem me? There's a fearful point. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault, and there die strangled ere my Romeo comes? Or if I live, it is not very like. So early waking, what with loathsome smells and shrieks like mandrakes torn out of the earth, that living mortals hearing them run mad. Oh, if I shall wake, shall I not then be distraught, envined with all these hideous fears, and in this rage, with some great kinsman's bone as with a club, dash out my desperate brains? Oh, look, methinks I see my cousin's ghost seeking out Romeo that did spit her body upon a rapier's point. Stay, Tybalt, stay. Romeo, 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 here's drink.
I drink to thee!
Mistress? What mistress? Juliet? Why, lamb, my lady. Fie, you slug a bed, why, love, I say, madam. Sweetheart? Why, bride? Ugh, Mary and amen, how sound is she asleep? I must needs wake her, madam. Madam? Madam, I must needs wake you, lady. Lady? Lady? Alas! Alas! Help! Help! My lady's dead! Oh, where a day that ever I was born! Oh, some aqua vitae, ho, my mistress, my lady!
What noise is here?
A lamentable day.
What is the matter?
Look! Look! Oh, a heavy day.
Oh me, my child! My only life revive! Look up, or I will die with thee! Help! Help! Call help!
For shame, bring Juliet forth. Her lord is come.
She's dead. Deceased. She's dead. Alack the day.
Alack the day, she's dead. She's dead. She's dead.
Let me see her. Out, alas, she's cold. Her blood is settled and her joints are stiff. Life and these lips have long been separated.
Oh, lamentable day.
Oh, woeful time.
Death that had taken her hence to make me wail ties up my tongue and will not let me speak.
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. Oh, son, the night before thy wedding day, hath death lain with thy wife. There she lies. Death is my son-in-law. Death is my heir.
Have I thought long to see this morning's face, and doth it give me such a sight as this?
Accursed, unhappy, wretched, hateful day. But one poor and loving child, but one thing to rejoice and solace, and in cruel death hath catched it from my sight.
Oh, woe, oh, woeful, woeful, woeful day. Most lamentable day, most woeful day that ever I did yet behold. Oh, day, oh, day, oh, day, oh, hateful day. Never was seen so black a day as this. Oh, woeful day, oh, woeful day.
Beguiled, divorced, wronged, spited, slain! Most attestable death, by thee beguiled, by cruel thee quite overthrown. O love, O life, not life, but love and death.
Despised, distressed, hated, martyred, killed. Uncomfortable time, why comest thou now to murder our solemnity? Oh, child, my soul and not my child, dead art thou. Alack, my child is dead, and with my child my joys are buried.
Peace, ho, for shame. Confusion's cure lives not in these confusions. Heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid. Now heaven hath all, and all the better is it for the maid. Ma'am, go you in, and madam go with her. And go Sir Paris, everyone prepared to follow this fair course into her grave. The heavens do lure upon you for some ill. Leave them no more by crossing their high will.
If I may trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presaged some joyful news at hand. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead, and breathed such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an empress. News from Verona. How now, Balthazar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the sister? How doth my lady? Is my father well? How doth my Juliet? That I ask again, for nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps on Capel's monument, and her immortal part with angels' lives. Pardon me for bringing these ill news.
Is it e'en so? Then I deny you, stars! Get me ink and paper. I will hence tonight.
I do beseech you, ma'am, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild and do import some misadventure.
Tush, thou art deceived. Leave me and do the thing I bid thee do. Hast thou no letters to me from the sister?
No, my good lady.
No matter. Get thee gone. I'll be with thee straight. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. Let's see for means. Oh, mischief, thou art swift to enter in the thoughts of desperate girls. I do remember an apothecary, and hereabout she dwells, which late I noted in tattered weeds, with overwhelming brows, and sharp misery had worn her to the bones. Noting this penury to myself, I said, and if a maid should need a poison now, whose sale is present death in Mantua, here lives the caitiff wretch would sell it her. What ho, apothecary?
Who calls so loud?
Come hither, ma'am. I see that thou art poor. Hold. There's 40 ducats. Let me have a dram of poison, such soon speeding gear as will disperse itself through all the veins, that the life-weary taker may fall dead.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law is death to any she that utters them.
Art thou so bare, and full of wretchedness, and fearest to die? Famine is in thy cheeks. The world is not thy friend, nor the world's law. The world affords no law to make thee rich. Then be not poor, but break it, and take this.
My poverty, but not my will, consents.
I pay thy poverty and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing you will, and drink it off. And if you had the strength of 20 women, it would dispatch you straight.
There's thy gold. A worse poison to women's souls. Doing more murder in this loathsome world than these poor compounds that thou mayst not sell. Come, cordial and not poison. Go with me to Juliet's grave, for there must I use thee.
Friar John, welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo? Or if her mind be read, give me her letter.
Going to find a barefoot sister out, one of our own, to associate me, here in the city visiting the sick. And finding her, the searchers of the town, suspecting that we both were in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed the doors up and would not let us forth. So my speed to Mantua there was stayed.
Who bear my letter then to Romeo?
I could not send it. Here it is again.
And happy fortune by my sisterhood. That letter was not nice, but full of dear import, and the neglecting it made you much danger. Friar John, go hence, get me an iron crow and bring it straight unto my cell.
Sister, I'll go and bring it thee.
Now must I to the monument alone. Within this 3 hours will fair Juliet wake. She will betray me much that Romeo hath no notice of these incidents. But I will write again to Mantua, and keep her at my cell to Romeo come. Poor living corpse closed in a dead man's tomb.
Oh, my love. My wife. Death, that hath sucked thy honey of thy breath, hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Thou art not conquered. Ah, dear Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean, abhorred monster keeps thee here in dark to be his paramour? For fear of this, I still will stay with thee, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. Here will I remain, with worms that are thy chambermaids. Here will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this world-wearied flesh. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, oh, you the doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Come, bitter conduct. Come, unsavory guide. Thou desperate pilot, now at once run on the dashing rocks thy seasick weary bark. Here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, thy drugs are quick. Thus, with a kiss I die.
Romeo, oh pale, ah, what an unkind hour is guilty of this lamentable chance. The lady stirs.
Where is my lady? Oh, I do remember well where I should be, and there I am. Where is my Romeo?
I hear some noise. Lady, come from that nest of death, contagion, and unnatural sleep. Thy wife in thy bosom there lies dead. Stay not to question, for the watch is coming. Come, go, good Juliet, I dare no longer stay.
What's here? A cup closed in my true love's hand? Poison, I see, hath been her timeless end. Oh, churl, drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after. I will kiss thy lips. Haply some poison yet doth hang on them to make me die with a restorative. Thy lips are warm. Yea, noise? Then I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger, this is thy sheath. There rest and let me die.
What should it be that is so shrieked abroad?
Sovereign, here lies Romeo dead and Juliet dead before, warm and new killed. Here is the sister.
Oh, heavens. Wife, look how our daughter bleeds.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy heir and child now early down.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief of my child's exile has stopped her breath. What further woe conspires against mine age?
Romeo there dead was wife to that Juliet, and she there dead, that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday. His untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from this city.
Where is Romeo's page? What can she say to this?
I brought my lady news of Juliet's death. This letter she early bid me give her father.
This letter doth make good the friar's words. Their course of love, the tidings of her death, and here he writes that he did buy a poison of a poor apothecary, and therewithal came to this vault to die and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid upon your fate. That heaven finds means to kill their joys with love.
Oh, brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointer, for no more can I demand.
But I can give thee more, for I will ray her statue in pure gold, that whilst Verona by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo's by her ladies lie, poor sacrifices for our enmity.
A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show its head. Go forth to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, some shall be punished. For never was there a story of more woe than the story of Juliet and her Romeo.
We'd like to thank you for watching our production of Romeo and Juliet, and we hope you enjoyed the show.
We hope that you consider donating to A-Step, the Actors Fund, and/or the Trevor Project to help those in the art industry that have been affected by COVID-19. Thank you again for supporting arts at Robbinsville, and have a great night.